Hello, my name is Kirsty Dignam and I am here to do a reading for the energies this week. Now, I started this video for some unknown reason introducing who I am and what I do before I could actually speak about what was occurring this week, which feels really quite relevant to stand in who we are and what we do. And then anything that is for us will come to us and anything that isn't will no longer be applicable. That feels really relevant this week. I did feel I want to say anticipation, but it isn't actually. It's excitement in my solar plexus tuning into the energy this week. And it started with it very much being about pleasure. What brings us pleasure? Notice I take a seat back. Let's connect. Let's really connect with what brings us pleasure. When we do that, we bring up any energies or emotions that we may have around feeling pleasure, around being okay with what brings us joy and excitement and passion in life. That feels as though it will be the energy that rises, and rises isn't unrelevant. I was trying to think of the word then, rising within us. It feels this week in particular, leading up to, I think it's next week's Capricorn new moon, embracing what is rising within us. Okay, so I can really feel that on an energetic level. And it feels, like grabbing our feet and trying to ground ourselves throughout the whole process. And the way that we do that is by doing things that bring us pleasure. Not duty, not responsibility, but becoming a partner within the making of love, within life, within creation, rather than either a bystander, a witness, or going through the motions. Now, this is something collectively we often do, whether it is our job, whether it is our sexual relations, which will be coming to light this year in preparation for the following year, which is the lovers. We are being made to really look at what sparks us, what creates that passion, how we feel about that passion, and what we're actually doing about it in connection to life and the people around us. Pleasure is a fine-edged sword. On the one hand, we have all the beautiful things that it can bring, and on the other hand, out of moderation, if we're not in alignment, we can have the pain that can bring when we don't achieve the things that bring us pleasure. All the time we seek pleasure outside of ourselves, we will always find that pain. Pleasure comes from being connected to who you are and standing in that. This week in particular, leading up to the Capricorn new moon, which is obviously the Devil card. I say obviously, not everyone may know that, but the Devil card in the tarot. We are being asked to look at old ways. We are being asked to look at what we are creating, whether it has changed, whether it is still in alignment with what the earth needs of us, and what is needed of us in our connections with ourselves, the earth, and people around us. At the moment, we are in a place where we are almost separate, and connection has never been more paramount and more important on a deeper level beyond the physical. For obvious reasons, we cannot connect physically with our loved ones as much as we would like, but this has given us a great opportunity to connect on a deeper level beyond the physical. And just have a quick And it is here this week we are being asked to make time for this. So whether that is a text, someone is on your mind, and for no real obvious reason you are thinking about them, text them, connect to them, ask them how they are. Whether you are thinking about doing something in particular that you wouldn't normally do, connect to that, create with that. So for me, sex has come up a lot this week, and in particular making love, making time to love, making time to physically feel the experiences that we are going through, and to own the things that bring us pleasure, and how healthy this actually is for our physical body. When we think of sex as a process, it releases huge levels of oxytocin, Now, this will aid anything we're trying to deliver, whether that is physical health, whether that is connection to our partners or ourselves, whether that is relieving some tension that can definitely build with that lack of connection to others or that lack of knowing. When we partake in making love in all the things that we do, what we are actually doing is becoming grounded in our physical body. So what do I mean by that? How can I make love while I'm cooking? We won't get into how you can physically, because I'm not quite there confidence-wise to discuss that on screen on YouTube, but you never know. You never know. This is opening new doors my end. But how can we make love in all that we are doing? By being present, by feeling what we are doing, by experiencing what we are doing. It seems like 2020 was very much about feeling things we may not want to feel. 2021 being judgment and the world feels quite relevant to link into things that we may want to feel. And really feeling that. And for some, the doubts, the anxieties, the self-worth that may come up with that. So for argument's sake, this morning in my own healing, there was nothing in particular that needed to be done. And my mind started to relay the old story of being lazy. There's always something to do. There's always someone that needs help. There's always, and just by going into feeling that peace in that moment of just calm and feeling really good, my mind didn't want me to stay there very long. It wanted to take me out, because if I go beyond that, there's deep self-worth and self-acceptance and self-love. So we can look at why we would avoid things that we don't like. This week feels quite relevant to look at why we're avoiding things that we do like, things that we would love, letting that real devil energy bring light to our shadows. Most shadows aren't things that we would deem dark. They are actually being in our own light, being who we are, standing in our own sexuality, our own creativity, our own energy. Most of us at one point will have judged that or had that judged. And that then takes that beautiful treasure of light and it gets hidden. So really feeling into what you would like, what you love to feel. And for some, that could be nothing. For some, it's just realizing we're in a good place and that feels great. And in this moment, we have all that we need. For others, it could bring up desires and dreams that we hadn't even thought about. Cancer's full moon felt very much about second chances and an opportunity to go for something that hadn't come to fruition. This Capricorn new moon feels like anything that has risen or will rise from now until then that we enjoy, run with it. Plant seeds around it. So with that in mind, what I'm going to do is pull some cards. I can really feel that in my womb, in my creative center. I can really feel, it's not even a jarring, it feels like permission. That's the word I get. Give yourself permission this week to dream, If you would like a life where less is more, dream about that and what that might entail. Yeah, if you would like a life where you go after employment that you may see as not viable financially or physically or whatever, dream for that. Practice dreaming the what ifs based on the things that you love and find pleasure in. There's an old saying somewhere I've heard that if you want to know what it is you should be doing as an adult, think about all the things that you enjoyed in childhood. Now with that, I really want to use the Inner Child spray and the Superpower spray, because what I feel is childhood is the time where almost most judgments are born. We behave a certain way and it may not be understood by the people around us or the adults around us or the establishments around us, which are, for the majority, based on rigid rules and structures created by people that were unable to express their own inner child for whatever reason at one point along the generation. And then that judgment, their judgment, almost gets passed on to us as children, and this continues into the future. So this week, very much, I'll put these sprays in the comments, but very much feels related to connecting to our superpower that comes from that inner child energy, that inner child energy that dares to dream. I can hear Susan Boyle now. I dream a dream, going round and round in my head. What if? What if? You know, we can do a lot of January New Year's resolutions. I will, cut out alcohol. I will eat better. I will not smoke. I will exercise. I will do this. I will do that. And that's great. Do that. And then let them go and show up and just achieve what you can in each moment. But dig deep now. Dig deep to what if. What if I chased my dream? Yeah, without the, well, I can't because of this and I can't, but what if? Question, 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 especially with the mind this week. The best energy for the mind is to use the mind to analyze the mind. Yeah, that you just end up going round and round and round until there are no answers, only questions for which there are no answers, and then peace comes. Sounds a bit chaotic, but it works and it gets quicker each time. Just question. Question, is this my truth? Is this my story? What if? What is beyond the horizon? So the energy for this week, 11 minutes in already. Gosh. Okay. I'll do daily. Oh. Right, let's just put that there. Jumpy. You know, we all think, oh, we would like this, this, and this. What happens if our dreams start to come true? That can make us a bit jumpy, a bit jittery, a bit more aware of what it is we're asking for. And that's part of the process, to acknowledge what it is we truly want. Keep bringing it back to the self. Keep bringing it grounded. Bring it back into the body. How does it feel? Excitement and fear are the same hormonal reaction. Let that just sink in. Excitement and fear are the same hormonal action. So I'm going to leave that one out. It's the Two of Wands. And it is, like I say, that energy of, I wonder what's out there. I wonder what if. And obviously at the moment, this is a lot of us indoors. Tier 4 is not being able to go outside, but that doesn't stop us here from planning for when we can. Sometimes when the routine is taken from us, when the normal structure is taken from us, we are given an opportunity to pause and reflect. Did we even want that routine? Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What I see here is it's all in the perspective. Always, 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 always. Everything has two sides. So we can look at one thing one way and then another way, but ultimately we need to come back to the focus of now. Is it relevant now? For today, the Five of Pentacles. Okay, now you can see this character sat here, and that could be money related, physical related, hope related at the moment with what is going on with the world. You know, I really feel that collectively a lot of disillusionment with the world because we are in this space of things changing. Did we actually want it to be the way that it was? Yeah, really, truly, everything changes. Everything changes, but that does cause a little bit of dissonance within ourselves, where we are, who we are, and where we are going. Yeah, and especially with our beliefs. I hear in particular with our beliefs and our hopes. However, this character that is looking down at the floor, that is thinking, oh, what on earth is going to happen? You know, nothing is changing, nothing is shifting, has yet to realize that the key to opening this so-called locked door in front of them is actually there. It's actually there. They just need to look up and see things from a different angle. See things from a different angle. What I see here is when we're caught in the middle of things rather than witnessing, it can be really hard to see a way out. So stepping back or stepping in just to really connect with what is going on for you right now. What is relevant for you right now? Are you ready to leave this space? That feels like the key. That feels key this week. Are you actually ready to leave this space? And if not, that's okay. You know, there will come a time when you are, and staying where you are will become harder than moving on. So trust that process. Are you ready to leave this space? And if not, then don't. But if you are, you do have the key within you. Okay, so it's detaching from the situation and observing yourself as well, and your old thought patterns, your old ways of being. So I had huge resolutions, and this morning I woke up and I've done none of them. I've done none of them, or at least I believe I've done none of them, because I've based them around time, which seems to be something that comes up a lot for me, around time. So I didn't wake up early, ironically at 5 like I normally do. I didn't wake up at 5, so everything is all being backlogged and blah, blah. And actually, in reality, it isn't, because of the work that I've put in beforehand. And it's trusting that foundation, trusting that journey that you've done beforehand. We've all been here one way or another. We've all been locked in, whether it's tier 4, whether it's not being able to financially afford what we want, whether it's relationships that aren't quite up to par, or our own physical health. We have all been here in our own way, shape and form, and we've all managed to come out of this situation. So trusting the hard work that you have put in before is the key to opening this door, to moving forward. This morning, half the stuff I wanted to achieve I already have without realizing. So I couldn't have realized that if I hadn't taken a step back and just looked at what was actually relevant and what was going on and witnessing, rather than getting involved in my own old stories. So as we move into Tuesday, pause, take a sip of your tea. Just pause for a moment. It's a little bit of self-care Tuesday, because when stories are starting to shift energetically from us, that creates change within us, and it can create a little bit of indecision. Okay, so what once applied, when it doesn't, kind of leaves a gap, like a pause in between what was and what is. And that's what I really feel for Tuesday. So just pausing, just pausing. Yeah, if you don't know where you want to go or what it is you want to bring in, don't go backwards. Just wait. Just wait. Be present, because Wednesday is the Knight of Pentacles. On Wednesday, very much there's grounding there. There's all these beautiful lessons. Not only is this character opened the door, all these lessons are being left behind as part of their path for others to pick up and open their own door with. So Wednesday, if we can be grounded Tuesday and just pause within our physical body, Wednesday looks like there's quite a bit of a plan, a steady, grounded, supportive plan. And as I look at it, it's almost like I want to see more. I want to see more Wednesday. I want to see the outcome. I want to go deeper. I want to say about all the colors and how the discs look like money and seeds and everything else. But what I'm being really drawn to is this individual's bare feet. Grounding Wednesday. Grounding. What you do when you get everything that you wanted, everything that you've asked for. Again, it's that energy that can really knock us. That can really knock us. Grounding. Really grounding. And remembering the one thing that brings you pleasure, the one thing that you can carry forward throughout your whole life, regardless where you are. Use that as your grounding Wednesday. Thursday, I almost want to skip over. I almost want to just get rid of Thursday, just skip over Thursday. That's what I'm feeling, because we have the Nine of Swords, and it's like, oh, do I really want to see that card again? Do we really want this energy again? But do we? Do we really want that energy again Thursday? So we can sit up all night worrying about Thursday and what's to come. Or how we're going to do it, or whatever. Or we can just let it go. Just let it go. Let go of the worry. You may not be able to let go of the situation, but you can let go of the worry. And what I'm really hearing here is, when we talk about things being of duty or responsibility, I'm not advocating because your job doesn't sing to you anymore, you get up and leave. Far from it. What I'm saying is anything outside of us bringing us pleasure is always going to leave this character questioning. It's about finding the pleasure within you in all that you do. Yeah, that's the grounding. Really reconnect to you as a person. What do you enjoy doing? How do you enjoy feeling? Find that in every situation, okay, rather than looking outside. On Thursday. Friday, Ten of Wands. So this, I really feel, can be seen two ways, and I feel like this is the creative process, and it can be seen two ways. You know, you are going to always have individuals that go gunning for what they want, very ambitious in nature and very desire driven. And then on the other hand, you are going to have individuals that find that a little bit too much. What matters is letting go of the comparison, letting go of the trying to be something that we're not, realizing that our path and what we carry is ours, and just acknowledging that now and finally moving forward from it. Okay. What else is with the Ten of Wands? And this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. There's nothing else on this card that particularly, yes, there is, that particularly calls out to me until I look. It's like there's nothing else here for me in this overwhelm energy. There's nothing, you know, Ten of Wands, particularly the overwhelm energy. There's nothing else here for me. So why do I need to keep looking at it? And actually, personally, what I see here are three wands. I don't know if you can see the three wands that have lit up the path. Now we can say, you know, this has been too much, that has been too much, you know, it's what a year, 2020, what a year, and da-da-da. But actually, the Three of Wands, it's helped us move forward. It has helped us move forward. But what I do here is have you. Any resolution is not going to work unless we change. So for myself, a lot of my resolutions were initially built behind this having to be perfect energy. And the one thing that has changed 4 days in is that I'm doing the best I can in any moment. That has meant that I'm doing these things without even realizing I have changed. Okay, so the way that we move forward is we change. Yeah, we let go of what no longer serves us. We find the things that have guided us forward and let go of the rest. Okay. Saturday, Two of Cups, a union. So Saturday and Sunday, it's like the beginning of the week is quite physical and mental. Yeah, it's quite little bit of woe is me type energy. January, always, yeah, after the almost the anticlimax for some of us of Christmas, then the real world starts, doesn't it? And it's like, right, get back to work, get doing these things, open your eyes, look at what's going on, look at what needs to change. And that can be really, it's like coming back off a holiday and unpacking all of our luggage. Yeah, coming back off a holiday and unpacking all of our luggage. Okay, so from Monday until Friday, very much so. I don't want to let go of this card. Do not let go of the Two of Cups. Do not let go of that union within you and the universe. Keep that as your focus in your hands in all that you do and create this week. Tuesday, much needful peace. Yeah, much needful peace with indecisions at the moment, because we are still in that energy of the old and the new. So there is indecisions. Being comfortable with the unknown. Once we can be comfortable with the unknown, we truly open up and surrender to this sacred union between ourselves and our higher selves, ourselves and each other, ourselves and the earth. When we let go of the expectations, the assumptions of how a relationship should be, how a job should be, how spirituality should be, how our health should be, then we can just actually be with those situations and receive what is needed rather than what we think we should have. And that feels like a lot of the energy this week. Wednesday, grounded, starting to move forward, great opportunity to leave behind what no longer serves us. But Thursday, mental energy again. Am I ready to let that go? Friday, come Friday, eventually one way or another, you will see, we have the opportunity to see where we're traveling heavy and what we can do about that. Okay, because then we can unite with this, almost this second chance opportunity that's trying to come through, that comes from our soulmates, our twin flames, our self, our soul. What brings us pleasure connects us to our higher self. Often we can connect to our higher self or our faith or our hope, in particular this year, through pain, through confusion, through feeling lost. And that shows again this week we can follow that same pattern, or we can flip it on our head, on its head. We can see we've always had the key. We can see that we don't have to listen to the noises around us. We can see that everything we've been through has actually paved the path. We can see that the answers lie in our hands. Yeah. We can see that everything we carry can serve us, should we choose to move forward and change with it. So that real sacred union this week of connecting to the things that bring us joy, making love with life, uniting with life, really looking at how you do that. Perhaps, are you a bystander in relationships? Are you an active participant? Do you wait for it all to be over? Yeah, when it comes to creativity or anything, what can you do to bring that emotional, deep, psychic connection into all the things that you do now? Because we go Saturday from the 2 of Cups to the 3 of Cups. Yeah, taking that union and actually creating with it. Part of me feels a bit of a block there, because what I'm seeing is relationships that have a third party brought in, and that could come to light this week, and that can be business partners, that can be relationship partners, personal partners, sorry. Yeah, that third party. Sometimes when we're trying to manifest things, it isn't just about us or our nearest and dearest, it's about the outside ripple. So who is your third party? Who is your third party? So for myself, this is obviously me and my husband, but also my family and the earth. Taking what is good for you this week, really connecting to that, and then applying it to all those that you meet. So your relationships, the earth, everything that you do, when you're in a state of pleasure rather than pain, for which there is a very fine line, when you're in a state of pleasure, everything around you becomes more pleasurable and more joyful. And I'm looking at the 2 of Wands. Is there anything else to say about the 2 of Wands? I'm going to pull one more. It's grounding it. Okay, the 2 of Wands is to bring it down, to be the bridge. Okay, this spray is the magenta bridge, to be the bridge, to bring this permission to enjoy life. Not regardless of what's going on, especially with what's going on, to enjoy life around us right now. Feels almost like what we would call the anterior lip, the last part of the cervix to go. If we can enjoy life now more than ever, it feels like it will be that gives us that push. Yeah, so again, I'm not advocating you leave relationships, you leave jobs or whatever. That is your decision, that is up to you. But looking at how you can bring the joy back into your life. So overall, for the energy this week. Okay. What I'm really clearly getting is the energy this year, the energy lifetimes. Don't be disrupted in believing that what is good for you this week won't be good for you forever. It's about finding that real core thing that you carry forward now. Yeah, almost like one word. High Priestess, intuition. Yeah, your own hidden knowledge. Find it. Find your joy, find your passion, find your pleasure, find your purpose. Okay, it's not an ongoing secret battle that only certain people have the answers to. You have it. You have those answers. Yeah, you have that key. You have that vision. You have that path. You have that peace. You have walked this journey by being here. Yeah, you have been delivered. You have earned the right to know why you are here. It's not outside of you, it's within you. It's always been within you. So, this Two of Wands, this looking outside, find the joy inside, find the journey inside of you, and take that forward. So, I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, I've got the moon card at the top. So in time for this moon, yeah, anything that comes up is to show you the light that you are. It might not feel that way. It really might not feel that way. So witness and observe and find your answers within, because they're there. They've always been there. When a baby is born, it will, if left alone, crawl up its mother's chest and find sources of food and warmth and nurture. It will find its own path right from the beginning, and it can take a while, but it actually crawls on its elbows from birth, nuzzles its way up to where it needs to be in order to be fed, in order to grow, in order to achieve what it needs to achieve. You were born. You were born with that knowledge. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.